This journey, it is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And hi guys, it's Yolanda. Welcome back to the channel if you're returning, and welcome if you are new here. So today's video, as I sat with the Lord, he said to me, money won't solve your problems. It is only a band-aid. And man, that was a loaded statement. It was like a punch in my gut, because I knew when him saying this, as soon as he said it, I knew, like, Lord, you're right. Because my problems are way, way bigger than money. He led me to the verse, out of your heart flows the issues of life. And it brought me back to when he said to me a couple of weeks ago about my heart lining up with my mouth and what I was thinking. And this is where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And so it took me back to, Lord, where is my heart? The things that I treasure above all else. In this video, I was talking about money being the treasure because I was so focused on my circumstances and the things that were going on around me. I had unintentionally began to think about money or put money before God. And so he started to challenge me in this area and challenge me in the way of my thinking, in the way of me applying the word to my life so that it can work in my life. So therefore I could have a better life, a good life, a life that the Lord wants his children to have. And so he said to me, for some of you, including myself, if I gave you money, it will put you back in bondage. So basically he's saying, if I give you the thing that you want, because God gives us what we need, not what we necessarily want. And he said to me, if I give you what you want, if I give you the money, it's going to put you back in bondage. And I've called you from that. So you can't go back there. So if you're in a situation where you are feeling like you want to go back to the familiar because it had just began too hard, too troublesome in your current situation, stop. Go back to God. Let him remind you that it was he who brought you out of Egypt. It brings me to the children of Israel. The Lord could have taken the children of Israel the short way, but he knew that they would face opposition, and that opposition would send them back to Egypt. And so as it relates to us, myself included, if he gives us the short route, meaning that he gives us the money instead of taking us the long way to teach us to trust him more, to have more faith in him, then it would be like we're self-sufficient. And God didn't create us to be self-sufficient. And so the money is the short way. The money is the thing that this is what I want. But God gives us based off of what we need, not necessarily what we want. And he tells us this in his word. I will supply all of your needs. That's the key word. And another thing that stuck out to me was his glory, because he's going to get the praise for it. He's going to get the honor for bringing us out, whatever situation or circumstances that we're in. Not the money, God is. So I asked God, well, why are you taking me? I know you said that the money is the short route, but I feel like I'm past that at this point. So why are you taking me the long way? And he said two important things that I know is going to break somebody free. He said, I need you to get used to following my way. I need you to get used to following me and stop doing things your way in your strength. Stop putting your hands to things. Come to me first. And then I'm going to give you the way. I'm going to lay the foundation so that it will succeed, so that you do become the lender and not the borrower, so that you do get to this place where you are sufficient because of my grace, not because of you, but because of me, because I will sustain thee. The word exemplifies this all throughout the Bible. It exemplifies God sustaining many, many people. He said to me, I'm getting you to get to a point where you are learning how to trust me. Because in a previous video, I talked about how I wanted to just snap my fingers and kind of just walk in this thing of trust. And God is like, no, you've been doing it your way for so long. There's no way you can possibly just walk in a relationship practically and just trust somebody. Trust takes time. And so what I've come to realize is that on this journey with the Lord, as it relates to finances, marriage, any type of relationship or anything you're going through in your life, it is not going to be easy. This is going to require time, patience, trust, and the time meaning you spending it with the Lord to get clarity, to get discernment, to get understanding. Not seeking people, but seeking and sorting out God in a way that we've never done before. For the children of Israel, bondage, slavery was their way of life. So it was easy for them to, moan and groan to Moses to go back. You brought us out here just so we can die. And so that's where I was currently. Lord, you brought me here just so I can be in this situation, but not realizing that he is bringing us to and through a situation to a new place, that there are old things that he needs to strip away and there are new things that he needs to develop in us. So take this time not to moan and groan, not to say, why, God, but say, thank you, Lord, that you are bringing me through. Thank you, Lord, that you are allowing me patience, because God is more patient than we are with ourselves. We have to give ourselves credit. We have to give ourselves some grace. This journey, it is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And as long as we keep, including myself, keep that in mind as it relates to money or whatever area in your life that you're having a hard or difficult time in, as long as we keep that at the forefront of our mind, that God will never forsake us. He will never leave us. He's always with us. If we keep that in the forefront of our mind, we will win. We will have a better and good life. The life that Jesus Christ laid down his life for us to have.